Hello, I'm Jeff Phillips, and thank you for tuning into this week's webisode. Today's guest is very fascinating, especially if you would like a new way to learn to exercise and have a lot of fun doing it. Today I have Linda, and Linda, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yep. Why don't you explain to the viewers exactly what it is that you do?
Well, I am the owner of the Joy of Movement Dance and Exercise Studio and a black belt NIA instructor.
Wow, interesting. So why don't you explain a little bit about NIA?
Okay, well, NIA has actually been around for about 30 years. It originated on the West Coast in Portland, Oregon, but it's making its way here now, and a lot of people are getting excited about it. It is a conditioning and a self-healing practice, and it incorporates 9 movement forms, and there's 3 clusters of those movement forms, so I'll go through those. It is an eclectic experience as part of what makes it exciting. So there are 3 martial arts. The first one is Taekwondo. So we incorporate punches and blocks and kicking as a way to build and cultivate personal power, confidence, and strength. We also have Tai Chi, which is the slow movement of grace, is how we refer to it, where we do heel leads and step into one-leg balancing postures and build the intrinsic muscles of the body. And then we have Aikido, which is moving in circles and curves and swirls, the arms, the upper extremities, but also the whole body. And this is my personal favorite of the martial arts. It's based on the idea of the peaceful warrior. So we are, with all this circular motion, we are harmonizing and blending energy in conflict. So those 3 are a part of NIA, and why Debbie and Carlos Rosas 30 years ago decided to take off their sneakers and get in bare feet. So the second 3 are the dance arts. Modern dance is part of it. So here we are playing with shapes in space. We are sinking and recovering our weight. That's the conditioning part that modern dance brings to us. Also, this is where we're running emotional energy and we're expressing ourselves creatively. The next dance art would be from Isadora Duncan, along with Martha Graham. They took off their ballet slippers and decided to move in a more creative and authentic way. So Duncan dance is authentic movement, and in NIA we call it free dance. In each NIA routine we have a portion of the dance that we're just free to move any way we want to. We call it anything goes. And it turns out often to be some of the most sought after, the favorite part of the routine for people. And then we have jazz, which is the snap, crackle, pop of NIA. It's the sassy, even sexy part of NIA. So the dance is a big part of NIA, although it is definitely grounded with martial arts and then the healing arts. And those include yoga, which most people are familiar with. There is at least 10 to 15 minutes of floor play, is what we call it, where we bring in the yoga. Here we are lengthening, stretching muscles. We are opening joints and realigning bones. And of course, the importance of the breath and learning where breath comes into movement. And then the last 2 are from the world of physical therapy. Alexander technique, where we're focusing on the head and spine. Movement is up and out, and freeing up the 3 body ways, pelvis, chest, and head, instead of moving the core in a more, as one unit, more of a frozen movement, which is something we see a lot of in our culture. And then finally, Feldenkrais, which is, I think of the cat. Coming back to moving in the body's way, the way the body was designed to move, and not wasting energy in our movements, and moving safely. So put it all together, it's all set to music from all over the world. It brings in a lot of cultural experiences because of the music, and each routine, which takes about an hour, is very, very different.
So you mentioned each routine. Are all of these separate, or is this all one class? You do all these different movements?
Well, amazingly enough, each class takes in all of those movement forms.
Okay.
It's a good question.
Now, is it mainly women that attend these, or a good mix of both?
It depends on what part of the country you're in. If you were on the West Coast, you would find your classes to be half men and half women. In North Carolina, we have the majority of classes are women, but men do trickle in, children trickle in. And I would say at our special events like the Carborough Jam that we have quarterly, that's where we tend to see it start to even out and be as many men as women.
Okay, great. Now, how does NIA differ from other movement forms like Zumba, aerobics, and even yoga?
Well, I would say the general answer to that question is that NIA is just so much more comprehensive. It is, to me, a bit of cross-training, except for being in the water. You are getting the benefits of all of these types of movements. So NIA originally stood for non-impact aerobics, and it differs from traditional aerobics in that we are not stomping and stepping and marching and hopping, and we are not wearing sneakers, but it is a barefoot cardio workout. It's different from Zumba in that Zumba does not have a healing arts practice to it. It's got the dance, it's got the conditioning, it offers that, it's fun, but it is not going to give you a body, mind, spirit practice or focus on the power of self-healing. And then yoga certainly has those things. It's a moving meditation much of the time and is being used, and physicians all over the country are referring people to yoga, but it doesn't have the dance piece. So what I love about NIA is it's got it all.
Okay. Nice, nice. Now, what are some other benefits that someone might experience from taking a NIA class?
Well, it's the best stress buster that I have ever found. For me, it's very exhilarating, it's fun, and we tend to build communities, very supportive NIA communities around these classes. But from the health benefit standpoint, we use the acronym FAMS, F-A-M-S-S, and so you can remember that with F being flexibility, so that's the yoga, the stretching piece, energy moving out. We've got agility, so we are learning to start, stop, change directions very quickly and with what we call dynamic ease. And then we have mobility, which is the sustaining movement, the ability to endure in movement, and stability, the Tai Chi I talked about, the ability to balance, also to ground are benefits, and then finally strength. We have a lot of energy moving out, we have a lot of energy moving in, and opportunities to use our body parts as weights. So in NIA, we believe, again, back to the body's way, we don't need to use instruments to get fit and stay fit.
Great. Now, where can someone take some of these classes if they're interested?
Well, they are all over the Triangle. The website trianglenia.com is a great place to go to find the classes, the teachers. There'll be bios on all the teachers. And then here locally in Pittsboro is the Joy of Movement Dance and Exercise Studio. And you can go on our website, The Joy of Movement CM, that stands for ChathamMills.com. Click on classes, calendars, teachers, and you'll see the NIA classes available there.
Okay. Now, I understand that the Joy of Movement is one of the sponsors of the upcoming Wellness of Chatham Festival.
Yep.
Will there be instructors there that can, I guess, maybe give them a taste of what they might see?
Absolutely. We'll have a yoga instructor, an Aikido instructor, and we will have NIA to demonstrate to you there as well.
Great. Well, Linda, thank you so much for coming in. I really enjoyed it, and hopefully if any of you viewers are interested, please check out the website at the end of this video. Thank you.